Namaste. A very warm welcome to the first episode of this campaign by Tapasya to identify and promote authentic dance schools and gurus in Kuwait. In our radar, in the search of such authentic institutes, one of the first names that came up is Nritta Dhyana. It's a pleasure to have with us the artistic director of Nritta Dhyana, Madam Arundhati John, and let's have a short conversation with her. Ma'am, it's an absolute pleasure to have you with us today.
Namaste.
Namaste. Ma'am, the very first thing which I like to ask you is how significant do you think this campaign is? Or how relevant do you think this campaign is in this current scenario in a place like Kuwait? What is your first response to this?
Classical dancing, it comes way, way, way back. If you know the country that we have come from, India especially, it's a very old country. So the classical art form is, you name it, Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, all the eight classical dances of India. But ever since the generation passed by, and the TV shows that today we see, reality shows, for instance, everybody is looking for a shortcut. Oh, my child has to go for this reality show. Can you teach her one item? And now, how do you teach someone an item where the person have not even done the basics? So today, parents or relatives or friends, they don't want to learn the basics. They just want to go ahead and learn one padam or one varnam around 20 minutes or whatever, and then go for one kind of a so-called reality shows. So this particular frame has kind of changed the mentality of parents here, and keeping today's current situation in Kuwait or wherever in abroad or India, everybody is in a rush. Everybody. So because of that particular reason, their so-called celebrity gurus or teachers have come up on stage, or they have started opening schools everywhere. Every gully or every path, you'll see a school today. She was a part-time student way back in her school days, or she must have just gone for a few classes, and then she thinks, okay, fine, I can definitely do it. And then the main top, the YouTubes, learn one dance from the YouTube, and then go and teach. And then, okay, that group will go for so and so, competitions or whatever. I don't really know the names, and get a prize, and she becomes famous. But that's not what classical dancing is all about.
Oh, that's so very wonderfully said, ma'am. When I spoke to Salmiya, the Tapasya who is your student, I asked her what is special about your dance school and what's the USP of Nritta Dhyana. So she said the first thing is it's very disciplined. You know, Nritta Dhyana is not a place to fool around. You should join Nritta Dhyana only you're absolutely committed to learn this form of dance. Being a product of Kalakshetra yourself, which is formed with the vision of not just teaching dance but to impart in students the right attitude to life, right attitude to this art form. What do you think is the role of discipline in doing the sadhana of this Indian classical dance?
I'm so glad that Soumya Narayan has mentioned about our school as the first point, which is sadhana, discipline. Yes, it is true. I would like to tell you that life itself is about sadhana. Without sadhana, without discipline, I don't think any successful man or woman has come so far when it comes to his career or passion. So without sadhana or discipline or practice, I don't think you can even take the second step in life. And then I happened to go to Kalakshetra, the College of Fine Arts, started by Rukmani Devi. It is all about discipline. It's not about dance there mainly. Dance, yes, you have chosen, but this discipline and sadhana that we actually practice towards getting the first right step correctly, that naturally gets into our blood, and that's exactly what we use in our day-to-day life. So I always tell in my school, my students, Dance is, yes, correct, but the practice and the discipline that we practice in our school, you have to do that in your day to day life. Again, I'm mentioning it's not about short courses. There's no short courses or shortcuts in life. If you're dancing, you dance. You're cooking, you cook. You're nurturing your children, you nurture your children. That minute, you cannot think about anything else. You have to give your 100%. And when you start doing this, you are giving 100% in your own life. It's not about dance, it's me. I'm giving 100% today in my house. I'm giving 100% for this interview. I'm not really thinking anything else right now. So I keep telling my students, give your 100%. That 1 hour. That 1 hour is very important because that's 1 hour is going to give another set of lifetime in your life, as a better person.
That's indeed very sweet of you. I have no doubt, and I'm sure people who see this interview have no doubt that you're giving your 100% of this and to whatever you do. I think it's all about mindfulness, right? I mean, when you do something, give your complete self to that thing at that time, and that's the secret to excellence. I've known that Nritta Dhyana is very strict regarding certain principles regarding dance, like when do you do an engagement? What are the practices you need to strictly adhere to? You don't compromise. I've heard about you that you don't compromise for any shows or for money or nothing. You have your set of principles and you want your students to adhere to that completely. So, as a final question, what do you think? What I would like to ask you, like you asked Samya, what is the USP of Nritta Dhyana? What does Nritta Dhyana as a dance institute personify? What does it stand for?
As you know, Nritta Dhyana follows Kalakshetra Bani. And Kalakshetra Bani means, in today's word, style of dancing. But we usually don't use the word called style. It's very Western. So Bani means it's like a branch. So today why we don't have Kalakshetra branches is because everyone who passes out from Kalakshetra itself is a branch. Practice makes a man perfect. So, and the relationship between the guru and the sishya. We follow a gurukula system. Kuwait is difficult, but whatever we could do in the between the four walls, we follow that. We don't really follow the relationship of a teacher and a student. Guru and a Sishya relationship is very different and very deep. Here we talk about life, we talk about passion, we talk about how to go forward, we talk about a lot of other things probably in academic schools they don't teach. So, if anybody who wants to learn Bharatanatyam from Nritta Dhyana and join our school, they have to come with this open concept in mind that this is not going to end soon and it's going to take time because you have to touch lot of points to be a better dancer tomorrow. I would also like to tell you that Arangetram part. These days when parents come to me, they just want to say, okay, how long my style is going to take? 2 years, 6 months, 3 years. So I just smiled and I said, no, your child is not ready. So either I don't take them, or genuinely I tell her, the parent, that this is going to take time, at least minimum 7 to 8 years, if she's regular. And if she's improving and she's catching up with the course as taught to her, or she's slow, then I go slow with her. There's no force that you have to finish within 7 years and you have to do your arangetram. To me, arangetram is not very important. Arangetram is just the first step of a child to perform solo on stage in front of her relatives and friends, that she has just covered the basic Bharatanatyam. She has not finished a course. It's just a beginning to be a professional Bharatanatyam dancer.
Ma'am, I should say, it was an absolute pleasure talking to you, and I don't think we could have had a better opening for this campaign than with you. I have no hesitation in saying that Nritta Dhyana is indeed the Kalakshetra of Kuwait, and you are the Rukmini Devi Arundhati of Kuwait, and it was an absolute delight to have you, ma'am. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, and I'm nowhere close to be compared with my Atte, which is Rukmini Devi, and probably I have to take lifetime or another life to even go a little closer to her. But yes, I'm trying my best, whatever I can, whatever knowledge I've come up with. I'm here in Kuwait. I would like to share it with my students as long as possible. And yes, it was an amazing feeling talking to you, and I really support this campaign, and I hope this particular campaign does really well and goes everywhere, and maybe the message will pass by then. You know? Thank you so much.